Welcome everybody to another YouTube exclusive Voice of Nick show. We're playing more Shadowrun Returns, and let's see what everybody's up to. Cherry Bomb flags you down as you walk through the door.
Hey little Sammy, there's a woman looking for you, Jessica something. She's waiting for you by the stage, Bellevue type. Wouldn't order anything, wouldn't touch anything. I think she's afraid of diseases or something.
Thanks, Cherry.
No charge, chumma.
Why's the bar so empty?
We don't get much action in the early afternoon. Just a few salarymen slumming Touristville and hoping to talk to Madam Sinful and some die-hard regulars.
Madam Sinful?
That's what the downtown folks call Mrs. Kubota. It's a Touristville thing. They like to have her a naughty name like that.
Who's around?
I just got in, but I think Coyote's cleaning the back bar. Mr. Delilah's hanging out in his usual place. The vendors downstairs came in a few minutes after me. Oh, and Bartlett's here. Don't think you met him yet.
Bartlett. Who's Bartlett?
John Bartlett. Big presence at the end of the bar. He's the biz, connected. You might want to meet him.
Is that guy still bothering you?
You mean my ex, Shane?
Yeah.
No, he hasn't been in since last time. No calls or pages or handwritten notes either.
Weird, he was so persistent.
I guess he finally got the message. Maybe he'll find someone at that Universal Brotherhood of his and settle down.
I'm gonna have a look around.
Have fun.
This is Van Gra. This is John Bartlett. Let's go say hi to John Bartlett.
Full of life with a quick smile, the man tilts his head and watches you approach.
Hey lady, what's shaking?
What's it to you?
It's everything to me, Omae. We could do business.
Time is money. I'm listening.
You ever heard of the Nephilim Network?
Of course you have.
As in the know lady like you has to have heard of the premier merc team out there.
If you say so.
We're a tight unit. We cost a bit more than the common rabble, but we're worth it.
Alright. I guess he knows that we're staffing up for a job. Someone must have talked.
I'm very busy. You should show me something worth my time or you walk away.
Data from the NTSB. Renraku would pay to keep it quiet, and Ares would pay to know what it is.
I've got 800 nuyen for something like that.
I know you'll double dip on this one. Make it 1,000. As long as you keep bringing stuff like this, sure. Alright, we got another thing here. Got a juicy list of BTL clients straight from the Yakuza Syndicate Club.
That's dangerous info.
I'd rather not handle it, so how about 600?
Deal.
It's done. Damn, so we couldn't actually use the etiquette for that one because we don't have gang etiquette. Interesting that we have to have multiple etiquettes to talk to the same person. Because I guess it's like knowing what the buyers will do, not necessarily knowing how to talk to him. So we're going to need 8 plus 7 more. Holy crap. Alright, so that means we need 11 more karma in order to even get another etiquette. So it's going to be a long time from now, essentially. Alright, what we need to do now, talk to the fixer, Mr. Delilah, about hiring runners. Talk to Jessica. At a glance, you can tell that Sam's sister Jessica is from a different world, the opposite of Sam in almost every way. Her suit is tailored, her eyes are sharp, and her style exudes authority. Miss Watts? Jessica Watts? She eyes you up and down warily. She does a good job of hiding it, but it's clear that she is well outside of her comfort zone.
Yes? And you are?
Little Sammy, I'm looking into your brother's death.
I was told as much on the phone.
A woman who called herself Coyote contacted me this morning to inform that my brother was dead, and that I should come to this place and speak to someone about an investigation. That's right, and I'm hoping you can help me get to the bottom of this. But I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you coming all this way. I'm guessing the Barrens isn't what you're used to.
Well, I must admit, it isn't.
None of this is. She then furrows her brow, regarding you more critically. You're not the police, are you? I'm getting that a lot lately, but no. By the look on her face, she's clearly struggling with this. I'll be honest. I would just as soon put all this behind me, and the fastest way to do that is through proper channels. Surely there's an official police investigation going on. Why not let the professionals handle this? Lone Star? Professional? Not the ones I've seen. But you must have better things to do than waste your time searching for whoever killed my low-life brother. First, Sam was my friend, and second, I'm being paid for my trouble. She seems genuinely surprised. Someone's paying you? I find it hard to believe that anyone who really knew Sam would put up the money. Who is it? Actually, Sam hired me himself. I don't understand. It's called a dead man's switch. It triggered when he died. He set it all up before his death as a contingency. Am I to believe that my drunken sot of a brother hired you to find the person who killed him after he died? Her boardroom mask drops momentarily, and in a sigh, she reveals a brief glimpse of real emotion. Oh, I left Seattle to get away from Sam and this BS. Now I'm back and he's dead, and I still have to deal with him. Jessica composes herself, and in a breath, the mask is back in place. Listen to me, little Sammy. You seem like a decent person, but I'm trying to move on with my life. Our mother killed herself last year, and Sam, well, Sam was Sam, you know? I worked so hard to put my family issues behind me. I don't want to see this drag on. I would love nothing more than to give you closure, and quickly. I appreciate that, but I think I'd prefer just to let it be. No one else needs to get hurt. Your brother had my back when I needed him. I can't walk away from this. Are we talking about the same man? My brother was worthless, little Sammy. Worthless. He used people. She sighs. She's done. Never mind. I can see that you're not going to let this go, and I respect that you're honoring my brother's memory in your own way. But I hope you can understand how emotional this is for me. Jessica's demeanor instantly changes from reluctant to helpful in the span of a single meditative breath. Maybe you can do things in a way that the police can't, and maybe I can help. What do you need from me? When was the last time you ever saw or spoke to Sam? It's been ages. I can't even remember. There was a note on Sam's body. It sounded like an apology, an offer to meet up and bury the hatchet. It was signed Jessica. I wrote many such notes in the beginning, but I haven't made such an effort in a long time now. I don't know why he would have kept it. Where were you on the night of Sam's murder? I will overlook the implied accusation and tell you that I was at a fundraiser all evening, a very crowded fundraiser. Did Sam have any enemies? Sam's biggest enemy was Sam. I don't know of any others. You would likely have a better time than me in these days. Were you and your brother close? I think I've made my feelings about Sam pretty clear, don't you? You don't seem to care whether his killer faces justice. Of course I want justice. I just can't let him drag me down again. Show her the picture of her and Sam as children. Jessica takes the photo from you guardedly, as if it might sting her, but that guard drops the moment she looks at it. Where did you find this? Sam's bunk. I can't believe he kept this. It was one of the few possessions that he had. She studies the old photo for several silent moments. What happened between the two of you? Things were different back then. We were different. We were a family. Then, after our father died, things began to change, and we couldn't get back to normal, to a new normal. With our dad around, there was always a reassuring order to our lives, but after, everything got mixed up. You can never really appreciate the importance of a person in your life until they're gone. The remorse plays wet across her eyes, and it seems that she's just not talking about her father. Jessica then steels herself to tell the rest. Sam tried to be the man of the house. He truly did, but he couldn't handle it, and pretty soon he had spent every dime of our father's life insurance. Every dime. After that was gone, with Mom working too, 3 jobs, he spent all her money too. I can't stand the way he abused her trust, so finally I just had to leave. She holds the photo forward, one part of her ready to relinquish it along with the past, and another looking to hold on to both. May I keep this? Sure, I got what I needed from it. Thank you. Tell me about your mother and her death. She was a devout Catholic. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that she sacrificed her life for Sam and me. But she turned a blind eye to what Sam was becoming, refused to acknowledge his downward slide. I couldn't watch her do it anymore, and I moved out. After I left, we drifted further and further apart. I wasn't here when she died. In fact, I didn't even know about it until I returned to Seattle 5 months ago.
Where were you living before you moved back here? Calfree. What brought you down there? It was less of what brought me there than what made me leave there. What made me leave here. I felt lost in Seattle, so I moved to California to see if I could find myself. And did you? Actually, yes. While I was there, I developed a whole new outlook on life, a vision for what the world could have become, and I came back here to help make it happen. I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you, Miss Watts. Just as well. I need to get back to the office. But before I go, you should know that I'm reinterring my mother's body tomorrow, and I'm arranging to have Sam buried with her. The funeral is tomorrow at Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament, 7 o'clock. You're more than welcome to attend. Thanks. Goodbye, little Sammy. I hope you find what you're looking for. Stay safe. Alright, well, we got some info there. Jessica seems, suspicious to me. When Coyote sees you, her eyes glisten with gratitude. There she is, the elf of the hour. How's Gino doing? Hard to say. He's pretty burnt, malnourished, and dehydrated, too. Paco's taking care of him. He's got friends who know about that kind of thing. She smiles. He's a good man, that Paco. The world looks pretty different to me now that I got Gino back. What happens now? Now I'm going to finish my shift and get some sleep. Think I'm due for some. After that, probably buy some ammo. Running low. See you around, and don't forget about me if you need some backup of your own. Glad to see you well, little Sammy. You too, Mr. Clue. What's the state of the troops? Combat ready, perhaps more so than usual. Tensions are up. Word got around that the latest Ripper killing, and people aren't feeling safe. When people feel unsafe, they either go to the ground or they huddle up. You notice how empty the streets are these days? That's because everyone's either locked in their squats, holed up in places like this, or seeking refuge in the nearest Universal Brotherhood chapter house. Safety in numbers, chummer. Not that we need numbers here. I got it covered. I'll bet you do. See you later, Mr. Clue. Later. Alright, this is Mr. Delilah. If you're talking to me, there's business to transact. Am I right? Let's give him a new voice. Of course you're right. It's your job to rewrite. This is correct. You're a smart lady. What can I do for you, smart lady? I need to put a crew together. You got scratch, or are you planning to pay me out of your earrings? Or pay me out of your earnings? How much is this going to cost me? Well, for your speed, hired help will run you about $1,200 a head. If you start taking on tougher jobs, well, the more experienced the runner, the higher the rates. And how much do I have? $7,600. I think we can afford that. I can pay the runners up front. Excellent. We agree on terms. I got some runners on call if you need any special requests. I got some stuff to take care of first. Alright, I hope I can still choose to do the other, because I still have to buy some equipment here. I would like to get some weapons. Who sells the weapons? This guy? Oh wait, I wanted a deck. Yeah, okay. The first deck made for Shadowrunners. Simple. Simple, street-ready, and nearly indestructible. It has 3 programs, 1 ESP, 0 evasion, IP150, AP2. I don't know what any of this stuff means. I wonder if these have to be equipped in a certain slot. And then are these one single-use items?
Let's use an attacker ESP, and we'll get a heal, and we'll get a shield. So we just spent the amount that would cost us to buy an entire Shadowrunner for our team. So how do I put this thing in? Oh, so if I de-equip this... Okay, so I cannot equip these. I wonder what I do with them then. I would like to also buy another gun. And how are you, my friend? Fine day to fire a weapon. What say you? Tell me a little about yourself, Buster. Are you military? The orc stands at attention and looks every bit like he's waiting for a commanding officer who he can crisply salute. He only appears at ease when he's cleaning the barrel of a rifle or counting out the bullets in a magazine. The rest of the time he appears as he is now, ramrod straight and primed for anything. After a fashion, yes, ma'am. Sergeant in the 31st California Militia. It's no longer a recognized unit, and there are those who would say we never were, but someone had to stand up for the tier, and it fell to us. Tier Terngir? Yes, ma'am. I was in Calfree when the elves came marching down the north in 36. After the UCAS pulled their support, we had little in the ways of organized defense. But what we did have was a stockpile of weapons and ammo down in Oakland. The locals in NoCal held out long enough for us to bring the heat. And I tell you, all the magic hoo-ha in the world ain't enough to stop a V11 Hot Rock from cracking your dome. We drove them elves all the way back to Eureka. Would have pushed them all the way back to Portland too, but some ninny down south reached out to the Japanese for aid, and we got our own version of Normandy for the trouble. Things went to hell in a handbasket from there. Don't much like to talk about those later days. So let's talk guns instead. Can I get you anything? Alright, so... I wonder if we even want to use a different gun. It's probably worth having one. What's the best shotgun? We could get an SMG or a shotgun. This has higher capacity but lower damage. I'm gonna say we probably want the higher capacity. Alright. So let's head back up and then get ready to hire us some Shadowrunners. I'm pretty pumped for this. This is our first time putting a team together. Ladies and gents, we're going to do that on the next one. Thank you everybody for joining the show. If you're not already, then make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel where you'll see all these Shadowrun Return episodes come out every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, 4 times a week. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.